Hi and welcome back to my channel. This is my blinged up journal cover, and I have tacked all the rest of the things down just with a tiny bit of glue, and then now I'm going to sew them down. So I've tacked this down, basically everything on this side and this as well, because that's going to be the front. I don't want as much bling on the back, if I can say that. There's still a fair bit of bling on there, but yeah, I'm still going to add little bits and pieces in here, but this is the main structure of the whole journal. And I'll just bring you along today with me while I just tack some of this stuff down. And I don't want to do too many more episodes just on the cover, because it starts to get a little bit boring. But I'll just bring you along with me today while we do a little bit on this. I've been away. We've been in, we had to go to Melbourne, and it was a very quick trip to Melbourne because I had a doctor's appointment. And while we were there, my husband, because I've had a cold, and he's also caught it as well, and he said to me, "Oh, I don't feel real well. I might just," because we took the camper down and stayed in our camper, because we usually take the dog with us. So and there's a one caravan park in Melbourne that is dog friendly, so we take the camper and we always take our dog with us. And yeah, it's nice, just a little day or so getaway. And so he said to me this day, "Oh, I'm not feeling real well. I might just sit in the camper while you go into your appointment." So he readies himself in there. It's a queen size bed, and there's a TV and everything in there. So he bundles himself up and gets warm, and I went off to my appointment. I came back probably, it would have been at least an hour later. And he said, "Oh, how did you go?" And I said, "Yeah, it all went good." And he goes, "I had to ring the police." I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, I was laying there and I heard something on the van." And I thought, that sounds weird. And I sat up and looked out the back, and this man's head pops up in the back window. And I yelled out and I said, "Oi, what are you doing?" And he said, by the time I got out of the van, because he was in bed, but by the time I got out of the van and had a look, he'd stolen our front number plate on our van, and he'd had the back number plate almost off when he scared him off. Oh gosh, I couldn't believe it. So what we had to do was we reported our number plate stolen, and we had to take the back number plate off, and the rest of our trip we had to do without plates. We thought, oh gosh, we're going to get pulled over for sure without number plates on, but we didn't. We got home, and when was it? We got home Saturday afternoon, was it? Yeah, Monday. Today's Monday. Dave has just rung me, and he said, "You know what? I just got a phone call from the police." And I said, "Oh yeah?" And he goes, "They found our number plates." I was like, "What?" And apparently on Friday afternoon, because this happened at about just before lunch, and later Friday afternoon on the news, there's this big police chase in Melbourne, and this guy is in a van, and the police chase, it ended, so they caught him, but he did a lot of damage. He ran into people in other cars and did a lot of damage on his own car, and police found our number plates in the back with many others. So it was, look, the police just said to him, it's a good thing you didn't get out and confront him, because he was quite violent. And my goodness, I said to Dave, gosh, you were being looked after, weren't you? It just, well, it was actually quite chilling to, you know, find that out. And now he's got to go down to the police station and have a look at some photographs, because he got a look at his face. And yeah, oh gosh, I was blown away. I mean, you don't want to get caught up with stuff like that, do you? So yeah, that's the next thing we have to do, is go and ID this person's face. So Dave's quite nervous about doing that. I would be too. He said I got a good look at him, but I don't know. I'm just so thankful that he didn't get out of the car. I mean, he did get out, but not in time to actually. The guy was gone by the time he got out of the van, because he was tucked up in bed, having a snooze. Gosh, some brazen people out there. They said it's an epidemic, all-time high for number plate theft in Melbourne. Oh my goodness. So the police, they're not giving our number plates back. They said it's better if you go and get new ones, and then it's not connected to, and you know, if you resold your van or anything like that, it's not connected to anything that happened. So Dave was off to get new number plates this afternoon. Unbelievable. Right, oh, I've tacked a lot of this stuff down just so that I knew where I wanted it. So while I was down there, while we had no number plate on, I said to Dave, well, we probably should just go straight home. He goes, no, he goes, you wanted to have a look in some Opshops. He goes, have a look. If we get pulled over, we'll explain it all. And so I sort of looked up some Opshops that were on the sort of route home, and we had a look in a few on the way, because my daughter wanted some vases for her wedding reception. So I found a nice selection of vases. I'll put them in here. And she was happy with them. I thought if I just come home with some vases, it's all good. Because I found a few here, but not enough like she wanted. So, and she's in the thick of trying to get all this organised. So I think we've got just about 1 month left before she gets married. So she's madly organising on her school holidays. If you don't know, she's a school teacher, so she's trying to get all that done while she's on school holidays. Right, I'm just tacking this down as well. I might put some blue, actually I should do it while I'm doing that, shouldn't I? Let's put some little blue sequins on. Some little blue beads with that as well. Where's my Let's put that down so we can... And if you didn't see in my previous video, I think I put it in the video of the Happy Mail. This is my next one. Look at that, isn't that awesome? I think it goes that way. Isn't it awesome? So many sparkles. So many sparkles. And oh, when I was in Melbourne, I found these buttons. Look at these. All these. Look at them. I'll get some out in my hand. Look at them. They got all sparkles on them. Aren't they awesome? It's a whole bag of sparkly ones. They're so cool. So I picked a few out to put on this. And I'll have that in an upcoming Opshop Crafter haul. So this is my next one that I'm going to do. Love it, love it. They were some of the sparklies that June gave me, and others were from a previous Opshop haul that I got when I was coming home from Dubbo, from our daughter's place. So that is cool. I'm really loving that one too. So let's get out some sequins and some beads. I want really sparkly ones. These ones. These ones have got a lot of sparkle. And with some little blue flowers too. Look at them. They could look pretty. So I'll do that for the blue, and then we'll put a few blue beads on too. Actually, they mightn't fit through this. Oh gosh. I'll have to change the needle. Dang. Right. So let's put some beads and sequins down. Might put a few flower ones in that one, and some beads in the middle of it. I picked up one of these. Let me put it up a bit. Look at this. It's called a Stitch Easy Frame. There's the brand. And what you do, you hold on to that there and just bring it up. And look, you put your fabric in here and it sits on the table. Isn't that cool? I got that for $6 at Saver Stores in Melbourne. If you don't know what Savers are, they're like a huge Opshop chain, but I think they collect money for the Diabetes Foundation, but they're a huge, almost like a big department store, the way they've got it all set out. They're huge, and that was in their craft section. Isn't that cool? And then you just bend it back down to hang it back up. Love it. Love it. So that was one cool thing I came home with, apart from some of those cool buttons. You know, I always make sure I pack up the beads from that colour and before I go on to the next one. I just get in the habit of that, and I find it works well for me. Right, now let's get these down, I think. So I've got a little row of gold flowers here. I sort of, that's going to be on the back anyway. I was sort of thinking it's too much sort of gold in there, but we can put something in the middle of them. I think I might put some purple in the middle of them, but I will use a gold thread for that. Alright, so that is this section done. And all I'm going to do to the rest of it is a similar thing. I'll just tack them down and put some little decorations on top. So I'm going to go ahead off camera and finish that, and then my next episode will be me putting this onto the junk journal cover. Right, so I hope you've enjoyed looking at that today, and you've got some ideas how to bling up your own journal, and get in there and use some of your supplies to make it a fabulous sparkly junk journal cover. Or you could turn this into anything. It could be anything. And yeah, I hope you're having a good day. Right, please like, share and subscribe, and press that bell button to get notifications, all that sort of jazz, and I will see you soon in a new video, a new make. In the meantime, take care and stay crafty. Bye.